Tip number 1. To implement the knowledge build methodology in a company, you should start small. Don't try to do everything at the same time. Do a pilot. Use a small group of people that have very essential knowledge to the company to be shared inside the company. Start small and get great results. Tip number 2. One of the first tasks that you have to do while implementing the knowledge build methodology in a company is to identify the people that have the knowledge, what we call the knowledge mediators. These people have the knowledge that should be transferred to other people inside the company. So how you identify them? Very easy. They already exist. They are the people that everybody goes to when they have a doubt about the procedure. So it's very easy to go around and ask who you normally ask when you have a doubt, and you will have the knowledge mediators, the internal knowledge mediators. Tip number 3. When you are implementing knowledge build methodology, one question that comes to mind is where to start. Very easy. Start where it's essential. Start with those processes that are important for the company, that some people know how to do it and most people don't know how to do it. So you start with that and you start creating knowledge builds with that knowledge, that tacit knowledge that is important to be externalized and used by other workers. Tip number 4. To create knowledge builds, you need some equipment and software. But it's not needed to be a very expensive or very difficult to arrange equipment and software. Probably you already have it. I'm talking about video camera, talking about a photo camera, and also, why not? You can use even your mobile phone. All these equipments have software that permits you to create your own videos. And also you can use some software to capture video on the screen of a computer. And on that, you can use softwares that are paid or softwares that are free. There is a lot of softwares that help you in screen capture. So it's very easy. You have the equipment, you have already the software. Tip number 5. One of the main goals of the knowledge build methodology is to create what we call an organizational knowledge center. What is that? Is a platform where you have all the knowledge builds that have been created. So it's very important that you define from the beginning what type of platform are you going to use. Are you going to use the internet? Are you going to use the internet? Are you even going to use physical support, let's say DVDs or CDs? This is very important that you do it from the beginning, because in that way you will have scalability of the project. Tip number 6. To prepare the employees to use knowledge build methodology is very important. People are not used to use videos in their learning experience. So you have to prepare them. You have to address their needs and to explain how they can use this methodology. So it's not only to put videos available and that's it. You have to do sessions to prepare your employees to use this methodology. That is absolutely crucial. Tip number 7. What kind of tools can you use to share the knowledge created through the knowledge builds? Very easy. You have to choose the tools that are available to the company. It can be the internet, it can be the intranet if you have it, or even you can use tools like Dropbox or Google Docs to share it. The important thing is that they are accessible to all workers. And even you can use DVDs or hard disk if needed. What is important is that everybody can access them. Tip number 8. When you are starting to implement knowledge build methodology in a company, you have to be very careful in choosing the first people that will be using this knowledge build methodology. The people that really have to use it in order to be more productive. Why it's important to do that? Because you have to ensure that will be a success from the first moment. Because in that way, you will have multiplier effect. Because people will have a good experience, they will try to do more. And they will try to have more experience with that. And at some point, everybody in the company is using knowledge build methodology. Tip number 9. It's not enough to create knowledge builds. You have to be sure that knowledge builds that you create are best practices and not worst practices. How you do that? You have to use validation. You have to ask somebody else, a third party, to check if what is being recorded by a screen recorder or by a video recorder to be validated by that third party. That person should have the same knowledge as the people that are recording it. So it will check if it's a best practice. And if it is, it can be shared across the company. Tip number 10. To evaluate the results of the knowledge build methodology in a company, you have to use other types of measures. Normally, training is measured by the number of hours of training. How many people were involved in the training? In the knowledge build methodology, time and how many people is not relevant. What is really relevant is to see the increases of productivity, the less errors that are done, and things like this that are very specific and they are possible to measure, and with that you get the results that you want from the training and not from the actions. Training is not about the process, it's about the result.